Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.
Call yourselves Title Town? Are you kidding me?
That's fraud.
It feels like a gray area.
Spoiler alert, Canada. Cup's coming back to the US of A.
There's way too much negative stigma attached to strippers.
I hate you guys so much.
My dog just shit his ass.
Hey, everybody, what is going on? It is Wednesday night. That means it is time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Scott. Scott, how you feeling tonight, man?
I don't know what to do with my hands. It's Wednesday night. We're back. Didn't we just do a show? I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm great, man. This quick turnaround is nice. It's like, oh, okay, we just did this and we're right back at it. Cool.
It is nice, but definitely a few times it's like, is it Wednesday already? Is it already Wednesday? We back already?
Do you know how much
lights are falling?
Do you know how much harder it was finding stories on 3 days notice instead of like a whole week? It was rough.
That's really what I meant. It was one of those like, I better get in there and like look for stuff. We got a show tonight.
You know what?
Well, we had tons of stuff that we were able to dig up. Mookie also hanging out. Mookie, how you feeling, man?
Good. I was gonna say, like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I did the exact same amount of show prep for tonight as I normally do. So, like, what are you talking about?
That's why we were in panic mode, like we always are.
Right? Exactly. No, I'm doing well, man.
Bullshit!
Well, if you're mad at me now, just wait for it to get worse because I'm ready to get after tonight. I don't know if I mentioned last week about the free samples More Lab sent me, but I was saying pre-show, they've been hitting me up for like the last 4 or 5 days about like, hey, how are those samples? What's the new formula? Like, we need your feedback. And I'm like, shit, all right, well, guess we're getting drunk tonight. I'm going to try that shit out tomorrow because the deadline is 2 days from now. And I don't know if it's true, but it was, we'll say, heavily implied that if I didn't actually fulfill my end of the bargain, there would be a invoice coming my way. And there's one thing I don't like doing. It's spending money. So I got 2 beers queued up for tonight. Let's get after it, boys.
All right. Well, good deal, Mookie. We got an awesome show for you guys coming up tonight. We're going to talk about a guy that pooped his pants at an NFL game. And we're going to talk.
Dude, I'm still working through some things. Leave me alone.
Mookie mentioned something today that was like the craziest thing I've ever heard a Notre Dame fan say, so I want to get into that. Also, baseball fights and NFL teams beefing on Twitter. Before we get to all that, though, let's talk about these beers that we're drinking today. Scott, what is in your mug this evening?
Oh, man, this one is good. It's another one of these big boys. Like, I got to show you these cans because they're always so huge.
Oh, I love when
is that Untitled Art? Oh, no, it's not.
No, it is not. This beer is called This Beer Really Ties the Room Together. Total reason that I bought it. I didn't care if they were like, oh, it's a can of piss. I'm like, well, it has a really good reference in its title, so I'm in. But actually, it is a blonde milk stout with coffee, 6%, because that 8.5, those double 8.5s kicked my ass on Friday night. Yeah, but it really did.
Quick note about that, if I can jump in a little bit. So the one person who's been able to track down this podcast at my place of employment, it's been a bit of a running gag this week about the 8.5 percenters. It even came up today of like, well, you know, after you get after an 8.5% stout, shit goes wild. So, Scott, your fans are noticing, man.
There was in between probably about half hour left of the show and me saying just good night when we were logging off. Yeah, I don't remember a whole lot of the show in between there. Like the bets we were sitting there talking about on Saturday, I was like, I don't remember what the hell I bet. I have no idea.
I mean,
that's not really different from most weeks, but this was definitely I know we talked about it, but I don't remember nothing from that.
My favorite part is Mike did not have an 8.5% stout, and he didn't remember his bets either. So, you're not alone there, Scotty boy.
Well, real quick, the
Mark,
description says
our buddy Mark chiming in, catching the Lebowski reference on your beer, Scott. Give Mark. Mark is starting up a podcast with Jungle Gyms. Go. We tweeted out.
No shit.
Mark.
Yes.
Like the Jungle Gyms?
Yes, the Jungle Gyms. He works out of the Fairfield Jungle Gyms. Go subscribe to Mark's podcast. We tweeted out the link earlier this week. I'll retweet it again, but go subscribe because Mark is amazing. He was awesome when he came and guested on our show earlier, and you should totally support that dude. All right, sorry, Scott, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the beer is inspired by the White Russian. It's got coffee bean. It was aged with coffee beans and cocoa nibs, and whoo!
Gotta love a good nib.
Love me some good nibs, man.
This is delicious. This is 2-0 after playing 2 cupcakes. Good. So that's what I'm going to go on the scale. 2-0 in week 3 after playing 2 cupcakes.
So basically the 49ers. I got it. Nice.
There you
All right,
go.
Mookie, what are you drinking?
Yeah, so in the theme of the evening, like I said earlier about needing to make sure I put the More Labs new formula to work, I've chosen 2 of the beers that have been hanging around. I don't know how many of our listeners live in the greater 513 area, but boy, today was the first day of fall, and holy shit, it's hit with a vengeance. Like, it's been chilly, rainy, and gray here, everything you would expect out of a good Midwestern fall day. And as a result, the Coronas I had in my fridge, I'm just like, wow, these just don't taste as good anymore. It's time to get rid of the summer beers. So I'm trying to clean out the fridge a little bit. Plus, put that More Labs to use. I'm drinking first the chosen one, the coconut ale out of 903. Did that a while back and was not impressed. I know, I love it too. And everything they've had has been 5 caps, no doubt. This one sucked the first time, so I'm just going to plow through the second. Similarly, I also have Crispy River Salted Lime Lager, Resolute Brewing Company. Another one that just off the top wasn't great, but both of these beers I know are going to be even terribler, if that's a word. I just made it one, if I drink them any later in the year. So I'm just going to get them out of the way, plow through these 2, crack that morning recovery, and have a good old time here tonight.
I love that Mookie is just clearing out crappy beers that he doesn't like. Like, he's like, you know what I'm doing today? I'm drinking all the stuff that I have been putting off drinking for the last several months. It's going to be terrible. I'm not looking forward to it, but we're going to make it happen.
Well, and the worst part too is, and I gotta be honest, I don't remember if this was a beer drop or They Who Shall Not Be Named purchase, but I've got 4 of the 903s.
It was They Who Shall Not Be Named.
Okay, yeah, and so probably, and I know exactly what happened.
So it's over like a year old.
Oh fuck yeah, it is, isn't it now? Yeah, so that probably doesn't help the situation at all. But I got 3 more of these motherfuckers to get through, and so
it's an old beer that you didn't like that you now have to drink again.
3 more times after this.
Great
4 all together.
Well, this week I am drinking Double Dunkel from Wibby Brewing. I kind of had the same thought of Drew. It's fall. It's Oktoberfest. We just had Oktoberfest here in Cincinnati, so I figured let's go with the Dunkel. This beer, so I looked it up, and one of my friends has drank this on Untapped and rated it very highly, so I came in with high expectations. Mookie rated this one 4 caps, so I felt like this was going to be a good one. And first sips, it is solid, man. Like, if we're going on the week 3 scale, Scott, I would give this one like 2-0, crushed both teams, and it was good company. This is Alabama 2-0 is where this one's sitting right off the bat. It is a good brew, man. And I'm normally not a fan of Dunkels, but this one is solid. Real good beer. Let us know in the comments what you are drinking tonight and rate it on the week 3 football scale from 0-2 to 2-0, I guess would be that's the scale. Right? As I think through how that would work. Yeah, Mookie, you didn't.
I just realized that. My bad. So right now I'm Florida State.
Oh.
Florida State. We knew it wasn't going to be pretty, but it's worse than we expected, and there's no end in sight other than blacking out. So just bring it on. The sooner the better.
So I wasn't going to go here first, but since you brought up Florida State, did you guys see what people are trying to do to get Florida State back on track? There is like a tweet storm.
Resurrect Bobby Bowden? Because that's about the only thing that they got hope for. Like they're pretty screwed.
It might be early in the show, but I'm going to go there. Does it have anything to do with Indian burial grounds? Because I feel like that would be where they go, but that would be wrong.
Yikes! No, it doesn't. There's
hashtag Florida man exists for a reason, dude.
Native American burial grounds.
Oh yeah.
There is a group of females around Tallahassee who have started tweeting saying, "Don't have sex with football players until they start to play better." Like they are trying to completely block out football players. Like they were like, "Don't act like you know who they are. When they come up to you in the club, just be like, 'Who are you?' And they say, 'Oh, I play for Florida State.' Go, 'Oh, you mean on the basketball team?' And then they'll get really offended and then do that until they start to play better." And then one girl even went so far as to say, "Better yet, give all the coochie to the recruits." I'm talking threesomes, foursomes, octosomes, give it all to the recruits, which is a little problematic because we're talking about high school kids at that point. But I love the ingenuity by these fans. That's the outside of the box, excuse the pun, thinking that fans need to have to get their teams back on track. Mookie, you got a thought on that?
Yeah, with the way I started this segment, I'm going to play it safe and go pass. My apologies. And again, that is a huge fuck up, unacceptable. If Cleveland can finally get their head out their ass, I definitely can. So again, deepest sympathies. That was not at all intended as a slight, but also pass.
Mookie, how many times have you had to do the white guy apology on this show? Because I feel like it's multiple times.
I mean, I guess here's the thing. Like, I've been living my entire life with Polish Roman Catholic guilt. And so it is so seeped deep into my soul and weighs on me just like a heavy, heavy weighted blanket that's just been drenched in water and frozen. And so I honestly don't even know how much of my guilt is appropriate for a normal person and how much is just kind of like, well, I was guilty when I woke up and then I brushed my teeth and I felt more guilty. And it just kind of all was downhill from there on a normal day.
Moving on.
I got to get to Biscuit's comment. I'm sorry, Drew. I don't know where the hell you were
going.
No,
it's fine because I never answered a number, so I can't be, held to it.
Biscuit saying, wouldn't that be inside the box thinking? That's the kind of joke I'm looking for, Biscuit. Thank you for for chiming in on that one. Scott, you were looking confused and upset. And
no, I was wondering if we're going to go back to the statutory rape of incoming recruits or if we're just going to blow past that one.
No,
I was like, is that
pass.
Is that legal in Florida?
I mean, it is Florida.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, well, it might be a thing in Florida. It might be okay. I'm like, you know what this means, though? They're not in the running. They could still, I guess, pull it out. But that Florida State championship is looking really doubtful for Florida State this year. They're not going to be able to go home with that ring, which is a bummer. I think that's one of my favorite long time running stories that we reference more than probably any other story we've ever done on the show. Like every year that makes a comeback somehow.
The coveted state championship of Florida ring. I do love it. Oh, Biscuit got to pull it out too, Drew. There you go. Well done. Kev wants to know, Polish guilt, that's a thing? Because when I think European nationalities that got fucked, it's Poles and Irish.
Yeah, we feel bad that we got fucked. Like, I mean,
Kev to come through in the comments with off the wall shit. Well done. Speaking of off the wall shit, all right, so this is how I wanted to start off the show, but we got a little sidetracked. Guys, have you ever shit yourself?
Yes.
And own up to it.
Yes. I was waiting for more because you're like, have you ever shit yourself? And I was waiting for like a conditional.
In general, has it ever happened, Scott? With a quick yes.
I mean, we're all in our 30s, so absolutely.
As an adult, let's go.
Actually, as an adult, I haven't shit myself, but I did make Cheryl pull over on the side of 71 so that I could not shit myself. I have pooped on the side of North I-71 in Ohio. So there's that. Now I have pissed myself because I couldn't get inside my locked hotel room door. Like the key would not work, and I'm like, well, I guess this is happening, and so I pissed myself. Of course, after I finished pissing myself, the key card worked.
I have never consciously, as an adult, pissed myself, so I got that over you, Scott. So suck it.
Well, I was really drunk, and it was like, I mean, I know what's happening right
again,
now.
all I'm saying is,
I gotta go.
Every time it's happened, I've been passed out, so like, I don't feel that bad about that.
That seems more embarrassing.
Is it though? I mean, you were conscious, and you could have made a decision to at least whip it out and just pee on the floor.
In the hotel,
that's how you catch a charge, man. You can't do that in the hotel.
It was easier just to piss on myself.
Mirrors and everything, and like the cameras are right there. You can't do that in a hotel, like right in the hallway, Drew. What are you doing?
No. See, in that scenario, I would assume that going into it, like, wow, I've got like 30 seconds to go here, and there's a moment where you recognize that like this key card ain't going in. All right. Where was that plant that I saw back when we got off the elevator?
Scott, that's a good question. How come you didn't hit up the lobby bathroom on the way in if it was that bad?
Yep.
Because I didn't know where the bathroom, I was drunk. I didn't know where the bathroom was. I was like, I got to get to my room. I was doing the pee-pee dance. I made it all the way to the door, and then that key card would not work.
Well, the reason why I ask if you guys have shit yourself is because one Steelers fan had the unfortunate accident.
Only one, or is it just one confirmed case?
One that we know of, because this Instagram story went viral this week of a Steelers fan cleaning his pants in the sink inside of Heinz Field with caption, "I've never been happier. Dude pooped his pants and is washing them in the sink. Steeler football is back." Okay, so this dude clearly had a rough time. Like, I'm not even gonna knock this guy for dealing with it, because we've all been there. We've all had some Skyline and one too many Keystones, and next thing you know, it's like, this is happening right now.
I've never shit my pants as an adult.
No. I'm not saying you, but you've come close. Don't tell me you haven't done the hold your ass cheeks together while you run.
Well, yeah, sure. Right.
This guy just didn't make it. He tried.
I haven't done it since Saturday. That's that. I'm like, it's like the days without accident, days without nearly shitting myself. I'm at like 4. I risk it.
Wait, actually, can we take this one step further? I'm always
just like, I got this. Next thing you know, I'm getting, and then it's like, oh my God, why did I do this to myself?
So I believe, and I'm not sure, because Scott, you're gonna have to tell me here. I believe we're all working from home right now. Is that fair?
Yeah. Once upon a time.
How many days has it been since you pushed someone off a call so you could run to the bathroom to not shit yourself?
I can't say that I've had that happen to me just yet.
Yeah, I don't talk to people, thank God. So I've ignored people messaging me through Slack so I could not shit myself.
Guys, if you did shit yourself at an NFL game, are you gonna clean off your pants in the sink in the bathroom?
Nope, I'm going home.
I was gonna say I'm leaving. Yeah. That's an easy answer.
There's no way I'm stripping down to just my jersey and washing with ass cheeks out in a public bathroom. Like, look at this fucking guy.
You know what? That's a great call too, though, Scott.
He's got his socks on. Like, his dick is on the sink.
Oh, wait. Where are his shoes?
Yeah, he has just socks on.
Did it roll down the shorts? Like, because it was nice. It was nice in Pittsburgh on Sunday, so maybe this was
Pittsburgh has a whole new meaning now.
Did it go through the, down the leg and catch some of them shoes too? And that's why he's not wearing shoes in the bathroom at Heinz Field. Good Lord, man! And this is you got to go into work on Monday, and they're like, "Oh man, you went to the game. How was it?" And you have to hide this shame from all of your coworkers.
No, there's no hiding any shame. Motherfucker doesn't remember any of this. Are you? Because as you were talking, I was like, wait a minute. Have we ever asked ourselves, how do we know he actually pooped himself? He could just be so hammered. He's like, oh, fuck, I forgot I was supposed to do the laundry today before I went to the game.
That's a very valid point.
I'm going to give this guy just a slight pass because sometimes you want to be such a part of the team that you go to great lengths. And the Steelers losing to the Raiders at home is like shitting yourself. So this guy was like, man, you know what? I feel closer to my team than I ever had. I'm going to shit myself like they're shitting on themselves on the field. I'm going to shit myself here in the stands. You know what? Different take on this guy. I feel that. I understand it. Fandom is a crazy thing.
All I know is you guys
like you're part of the team. I get it.
You guys gave me so much shit for drafting Derek Carr. Was I right through 2 weeks or was I right? Kid's looking legit.
That's the guy who cashes in and gets the Super Bowl tattoo after 2 weeks. Guys, I told you. I knew it. That's it. All the way. He had a great 2 weeks. I mean, I feel like he's had a great 2 week span in his career at multiple different times. Let's see him do it for 17 games.
Oh, so you mean Matt Flynn, right?
Yeah. I mean, there you go. Anybody can put it together for a couple of games and look good.
Anyone can put it together for one game against the Lions.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a shot. But...
So, yeah, are you saying Aaron Rodgers is washed? Is that the take that I'm reading between the lines here, Drew? That Aaron
No, that wasn't meant that way at all.
That was for a Niners. That was a Niners shot. That's some bitch.
A little bit of a jab here,
you son of a bitch.
But at the same time, did you see the dude who lost out on a $700,000 parlay this week?
Yes, except it's not terrible. That's not terrible news because he bet $25.
Did he cash out?
Yes, he cashed out. He had a $25 16-team parlay. He had 15 of the 16 that hit. All he was waiting on was the Lions
on Monday night.
And first of all, what are you doing betting the Lions to win, especially coming off Aaron Rodgers coming off a bad game? Terrible bet right there. And it's a good thing that he did cash out. He cashed out. MGM confirmed he cashed out for $133K. So that $25 parlay worked out really well for him. And really well because the Lions are terrible and got smacked. So yeah, but
see, and sorry, Scott, but again,
no, you're good. Go ahead.
as the degenerate gambler on the show, that's why you bet on the Lions. Because if you pick the Packers on that Monday night, that the risk of Vegas losing, that the money they'd have to shell out would be a lot less because of the odds. But going into that Monday night, the casino is going to look at it and be like, look, crazier shit's happened, right? What if they go out there, first play, Aaron Rodgers snaps his Achilles, second play, Aaron Jones loses, realizes he lost the necklace with his dad's ashes and is out for the whole game. Like, shit can happen in the NFL where the Lions...
Wait a second. You're telling me that if he had bet on Green Bay instead of Detroit, that the payout, you mentioned the payout wouldn't have been, and yes, it would have been $730,000, but it's still going to be over like $500,000. It's a 16-team parlay. Yes, without a doubt. Drew, are you kidding me? There's no way.
Dude, no way. Look, I'm pretty sure, and you can check me on this because I know you won't, so I'll just say where the fuck I want. I'm pretty sure the Packers were going off at like minus 160 and the Lions were plus 150 for that game. Those are huge odds. Now, to be fair, I did not look at any other bet on his entire thing besides the Lions and Packers game. So I don't know if he took any other long shots that would have ratcheted him up to 700,000.
If he got 15 of the 16 right, then I mean he was doing something correct. But that's the Lions versus Packers game with what Mike just said. I mean, there's like very few slam dunks in the NFL. That was one of them. Like, as soon as the Packers lost the way they lost the week before, it was like, okay, who do the Packers have next week? Oh, the Lions, who they traditionally own, even if Aaron Rodgers hasn't shit on himself on the field. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to go on ahead and pen in Packers and then work my way backwards. Like, okay, it was a no-brainer.
Here's who this guy took in this 16-team parlay. He had Washington minus 175, Chicago minus 130.
Washington football team or Washington college?
It's all NFL. It's an
Okay.
NFL, all NFL parlay. Washington minus
that's
175, Chicago minus 130, Cleveland minus 650, LA minus 190, Buffalo minus 175, New England minus 250, San Francisco minus 160, Las Vegas plus 190, Carolina plus 150, Denver minus 275, Arizona minus 190, Tampa Bay minus 650. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Dallas plus 135, Tennessee plus 190, Baltimore plus 180.
Okay, wait. Before I forget it,
Packers,
who was it before Carolina? Who did he take right before Carolina? What was that one?
Vegas plus 190.
See, but that's what I'm saying. As you go through those bets, if you've got enough balls to be like, I'm going to take Vegas flying across country to play the Steelers at home. Yeah, no problem. Like, why in the world would you risk the Packers-Lions?
He took Baltimore to beat the Chiefs.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, he already took some mitigated
No.
Let's
see. No, this is what I'm saying.
Lions over Packers.
You guys are you're missing the whole point that the picks he took up until the Lions were not out of left field. The Ravens
Yes,
excuse me. May I finish?
Okay.
May I finish?
Go ahead, Drew. Go ahead.
I'll mute you, Mike. I'll fucking do it. The picks he had taken leading up to that weren't outrageous. Like, yes, the Ravens had played the Chiefs tight, but lost all games prior. But the way those squads stacked up, it wouldn't be unheard of. People aren't losing their minds that the Ravens
are depleted with injuries. They have lost everybody. Like, the Ravens fans after week 1 were like, shut down the season. We're done. We are shitty.
No, they were only injured at running back.
Ravens fans got decimated with injuries. What are you talking about?
Dude, they couldn't beat the Chiefs at full strength in the playoffs 2 straight years. Why the hell would you think they were going to beat the Chiefs in this one?
I don't know. What happened this week?
Yeah, an accident.
They beat them. That's why, because it's the NFL. Like, you still have good teams and good coaching stats going against each other.
Again,
like,
that's a risk. But again, I'm saying.
But it's not a Lions beat Packers risk. My point is.
And that's my point.
He was within the bounds.
If you're taking the Ravens and you're taking Las Vegas, then you got to take the slam dunk ones. Like if I'm going there and saying, yeah, like I think that this could happen, and then it does, I'll be damned if I'm going to lose because, well, I thought the Lions were.
But see, that's my point. You're betting. See, you're betting like you're going to win the whole parlay. This dude was playing 4D chess. Because he's going, look, what I can do is leverage this up with the Lions on Monday because I know they're going to offer me a buyout if I hit those other 15 because the risk of losing that is way too high. But if he takes the Packers, that payout is way less and might not even happen because they're like, yeah, you want to tell me that that the Lions are going to beat the Packers on Monday night? Fine, whatever. Here, take your payout.
But what I'm saying is the payout would have been more than $133K. That's all I'm saying. That was my point from the start of this. If he had taken Green Bay, he probably would have made about $500,000. Like, no, he wouldn't have come close to $730K, but I bet you it would have been close to $500,000.
No, you're wrong.
How am I wrong? It's a 16-game parlay, Drew.
What was the Lions Packers money line? What was the Packers money line?
I would have to look it up, but you're trying to tell me, you're sitting here trying to tell me all this stuff while you're saying Baltimore over Kansas City with Ronnie Stanley out and Dalen Hayes. Wasn't a crazy pick. That was a crazy ass pick to take Baltimore. Even Baltimore was like, what the fuck just happened here? Baltimore was so surprised by that a fan got this final score tattooed on himself. It's a week 2 regular season game, and this fan was like, holy shit, we just did this. I'm getting this score tattooed on me.
He also lives in Baltimore, so like, what else does he have to tattoo on himself?
Dude actually went so far as to get the date and the score. Baltimore 36, Kansas City 35 tattooed on him.
I mean, that's pretty fresh. Like, I can respect that.
It was awful.
And I don't know who wrote it. It's so terrible.
What is that? Like, horrible as fuck?
Yeah, but look how straight those lines are. And everything is pretty much aligned. Like, that's impressive.
Yeah, it would have been better off with wingdings. Oh, my God. That's a terrible
If we can make 3D printers, why can't we make, like, tattoo printers?
We do make tattoo printers.
Remember September 19th, 2021 when Ball beat.
Hey, he put the period
to 35
there.
Or Bal lost -36 to KC's -35. Like, this tattoo is
what was
horrendous.
Baltimore's money line? What was Baltimore's money line?
That was Baltimore was +180.
Jesus Christ!
That looks
really?
like a tattoo that you would get on.
That's a lot longer than I expected. So,
oh wow, it's almost like the injuries that I was just telling you about were something that people were concerned about betting on this game. So no, it wasn't like an easy pick to pick Baltimore over Kansas City. That was a ballsy ass pick, man.
The best part is I didn't even need to see the odds to say that was a ballsy ass pick. Like I just knew. Based on knowing what the hell is going on in the NFL, that was a ballsy ass pick, but still not as insane and as ballsy as picking the fucking Lions to beat the Packers after the shit game they had. Actually, you know what? I'm not picking the Lions to beat the Packers on any game. I don't give a shit. I know any given Sunday. I know anything can fucking happen. I'm not going down on that sinking ship when it's like, Jesus, you get to the Monday night game. What do you think? Packers, Lions. 100% of the time, I'm picking Packers.
Can you sit there all Monday long just waiting for that call from MGM to cash out? And he's like, if they don't call me, I need Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions to come through for me, or else I get nothing. And then finally,
that's why Vegas was like, we ain't making that call.
as soon as MGM called, he was just like, yes. And they were like, oh, is this so? It's no. Yes, whatever. I don't. Yeah, but $50, I'll take it because I'm getting 0 because I bet on the Lions to beat the Packers. You want to offer me $26 on my $25 bet? I'll take it because I am losing the whole thing tonight because I'm dumb and bet on the Lions to beat the Packers.
You speak like a man who has 0 faith in Jared Goff in that offense.
Yes, correct.
And as someone who lost a fantasy game this weekend to motherfucking what's his name, Swift, I don't understand what angle you're taking now. But I do. Let's not talk about that. But Scott, I do want to ask you this: who would you take the Lions to beat? Like, if go back to your statement of I need the Lions to win over blank.
Jacksonville.
The Lions would have to be at home on a Thursday night game. After
no. Monday night. It's because the scenario holds only if it's a Monday night game after you hit the other 15.
No, you just asked me who the hell I would take the Lions for.
Okay, so fine. I changed the rules.
Okay,
imagine that. I changed the rules to something, Scott.
This scenario, who would I take?
Who would you take who would you take for the Lions to beat on Monday night?
Were in Green Bay too.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, no, there's a 100% chance I'm not taking the Lions to win on the road against anybody, not even Jacksonville. Like
what?
On Monday night.
Wow.
Come on. Hang on. You think Herb and the same guy who gave Tim Tebow a shot, you think he can beat Dan Campbell on a Monday night at home? No, he's wilting under that pressure. Herb is not going to be able to knock off Dan Campbell and the Lions on Monday Night Football.
I mean, he'd be super scared for his kneecaps, I'm pretty sure. Because if there's one thing I know about Herb, I know. That's why I thought I heard you say as like Herb. Are we calling him Herb now? Because I'm here for that. Like, because you know what's going to eventually happen is he's going to be. Never mind. I don't want to drag Arizona State into this. That'd be mean.
Moving on.
This is some bullshit.
I was going to say, are you already predicting that he's going to be replaced by Herb Edwards from Arizona State after he walks out halfway through the season because Herb's team is going to be found guilty of recruiting violations and sanctioned by the NCAA?
Did you just refer to Herm Edwards as Herb Edwards?
I did, yeah, because you're. Well, yeah, we'll just stop there.
Yeah, let's squash that full of guilt deep down in Mookie.
Oh no, there's no guilt here. I was extending thing because I feel like if you take Herm and Herb and you combine them into Herb, then you would have Herb coaching the Jacksonville Jaguars because Herb would coach the first half of the season and Herm would run away from Arizona State to coach the second half of the season as interim head coach.
Guys, one of the Baltimore wide receivers had both of his chicks at the game. You
two couldn't run out of that answer quick enough.
Just trying to save you at this point, Drew. I'm trying
Save
to
me.
pull the ripcord and get out of that and just move on as quick as possible. Because what the hell is happening tonight, man? What is happening?
I told you. I'm cleaning out the fridge, man.
We've spent 30 minutes talking about the motherfucking Lions. Jesus Christ, let's go.
Even sports talk in Detroit
I've never
doesn't do
talked
that
about
shit.
the Lions this much in my life. Holy
I
shit.
just feel like Mikey V right now from the meltdown. Mikey V, what's that dude's name? Mike Valenti or whatever that melted down over Notre Dame, Michigan State back in
Oh my god!
06. That's what I feel like right now.
Cover 0.
Great place. Anyways, yeah, Ravens wide receiver Hollywood Brown. First of all, great name for a wide receiver, Hollywood Brown. He allegedly had both of his chicks at the game on Sunday night, and that is a ballsy move, man, to have both of your ladies show up to your game, because you got to get them the tickets, right? So like, there's a lot of things that you got to maneuver and make happen. And what's that look for, Drew?
I'm giggling because it's funny that you think that would be hard. This shit happens in college, and the people in the ticketing office and athletic department know it's happening, and they actually figure it out for them. Like, do you really think, first of all, what was his first name?
Hollywood.
That's my point. Do you really think that Hollywood was putting in all that work and details, or do you think he just told
I feel like I've got him like figuring out the logistics on this one. Like he is.
Yeah, that's definitely not what
going
happened.
in, and he's like, "You're going into this. You're going into this section. You're in this section, and then that way, no matter which end zone I'm going to, it looks like I'm talking to just you when I go in to score."
But that's my point right there. Exactly, is that like he didn't have to actually plan any of that out. He told an equipment manager, ticket office, whatever. He was like, "Look, I got girl A, I got girl B. They both need this many tickets, but you need to keep them apart." And then he went and won a football game. That's what he did, and they figured all that shit out for him. Like. You're joking if you think
surprisingly won a football game, not easily and not the smart.
Oh, right, yeah.
It was a shock that they won that football game. Oh no, which one was that?
Well, so that was the first sip of the salted lime lager after
down
the coconut ale.
Go down in one. Go. Oh my God, that looks terrible. It's even green screening in, it looks terrible. All right, Mookie is now chugging both of these. It looks like he's gonna violent. Nah, that was not.
I got pee.
Okay, all right. See you, Mook. You go have fun.
Oh no, I could do it down in one. It just. Oh, do I have to?
Are you gonna poop yourself?
No.
Definitely not.
I feel like.
No, you know what? Fine. You know what? I'm not gonna be a bitch. I'm not gonna be a Detroit Lion.
More Lions talk on the show. I'm digging it.
Unbelievable.
Mookie, you don't have to do this. I was just kidding, man. It's not necessary. Okay. How you feeling after that?
Do you really think I wanted to go back to sipping that after that, though?
That's a good point. That's why I said down the one. I was trying to help you out. All
yeah,
right, listen. Well, while I got you here, Mook, let's talk about your ridiculous Notre Dame take that you had today.
Son of a bitch.
I want to get to this. Scott, I don't know if you know this, but Brian Kelly is one win away from becoming the winningest coach in Notre Dame history. With their win last week over Purdue, he has 105 career wins at Notre Dame. That ties Knute Rockne for the most career wins for a coach. So the next win that Brian Kelly has, he will be the winningest coach in Notre Dame history. Last year, Ian Book ended his career as the winningest quarterback in Notre Dame history. And I remarked how crazy it is that we as fans got to see the winningest coach and the winningest quarterback in program history, and likely will not get to see a national championship ever from Brian Kelly. Like, it's probably not going to happen. And this is what Mookie had to say on that matter. He said that he hopes Brian Kelly loses every game from now until we fire him, so that Knute Rockne remains the winningest coach in program history. Scott, have you ever heard anything so absurd in your life from a fan?
I gotta say, I think I'm with Drew on this one.
Yes, motherfucker! Woo! Yes!
and here's why. Because when you said it, my first thought was, of course, I was just like, holy crap, he's got more than Lou. And then you said 105, and I thought, wow, that number seems really low for the most wins in Notre Dame history for a head coach. Like I would have thought the number would have been higher. And then you said Newt Rockne, and I'm like, okay, another, football legend name. Like, do you really want fucking Brian Kelly, who you just admitted probably isn't going to win a game of consequence his entire tenure there, to be the all-time winningest coach? Like, I get that it's crazy that you like, but I mean, I guess it's the equivalent of, NFL tanking. It's like I've never necessarily rooted against the Niners, but I've rooted for them to, lose some games and help the draft standing. I wouldn't want Brian Kelly at the top of any fucking list. So
okay, rooting for them to lose a couple of games to improve the draft standing is 100% different than them losing every game until they fire Brian Kelly, because Brian Kelly, like it or not, he's tied with Newt Rockne. Like, he's already at the level. He is the winningest coach along with Newt Rockne. So it's going to take an awful lot of games for you to lose to fire him. Like, they could lose every game this year, and then they would probably have to lose.
See, I feel like if they lost out from here on, he'd be done.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
Really?
They would do him like USC did that guy we already forgot about because he got fired last week. Clay Helton. They would do him the exact same way. If he lost every game the rest of this year and came out, well, he couldn't go 1-1 because then he'd break the record. But if he came out 0-2, gone. Like, dude, this alumni base is very, very passionate and very, very irrational. Like,
yes, as proven by Drew,
very
wanting to hold on to Newt Rockne's record, very irrational.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not actually alumni, and I'm that fucking nuts. Like, that's my point. Is like, one of the staples of my childhood growing up was my dad losing his shit over stupid things, football games. Like, I got this way because I remember very vividly, I think I was in 6th or 7th grade. We were, was it BYU or Navy?
Hang on, let's not blame your parents for the way you are. That's a little scapegoat-esque. Let's not give them
No, I'm not
much.
No, and I'm not trying to blame them. I'm just, setting the scene, not necessarily for my idiocy, but as a story of the fan base as a whole. Again, my dad got so pissed that he turned off the game. He went upstairs. He typed out a letter on our Mac, printed it out 5 times, printed out 5 envelopes addressed to the athletic director, the president of the university, the vice president of the university, and like the board of the directors or some shit. I don't know. And then mailed those motherfuckers that day, half an hour later. Mike, what quarter do you think the game was in?
I'm going to guess the first quarter.
No, he at least made it to the second quarter before he threw this tantrum. Like, and again, this was the Bob Davie years. So that tells you something. Like, you shouldn't have had expectations to begin with. But the fan base is that rabid and insane, except that, like, we're like Alabama, but having not won anything ever. Basically.
None of the success. Here's the problem that Mookie and the fans who are holding on to Newt and this record failed to.
Also, you're pronouncing it wrong. It is Canute, by the way.
Fair enough.
All the strangers call him Newt, but his friends call him Canute.
Fair enough. Brian Kelly had wins vacated, so he's already broken this record. He's already won more than Newt Rockne has while he was at Notre Dame. So this is a Newt point, we'll call it, because it doesn't matter at all. Brian Kelly is the winningest coach in Notre Dame football history. It's only like technicality because of stupid NCAA. Wins.
I don't remember who made that point in our chat earlier. If it was you or Tim. It was Tim. That fucker. It would be Tim. But when he made the chat, the entire wind out of my sails, and I was just so disappointed. I was like, damn it. Well, Newt never had an academic scandal, so there, and no one picked up on, well, they probably didn't really have actual academics back in the 30s.
I don't know if Newt played against black guys. That's another thing that you got to keep in mind. Newt Rockne, I'm not sure if there were black dudes that played when Newt was coaching Notre Dame.
Oh, there were black dudes who played. They just might not have been allowed to play against him. I can assure you there were black people playing football. They just might not have been allowed to on the official level against Notre Dame.
Newt got there the first time he faced the black dude. He was like, shit, we got to throw this ball or something. Like, we got to do something to just. That's
holy shit. Did you see how fast they are? Running ain't gonna work no more, guys. Running ain't gonna work no more.
Do you know the actual story behind the invention of the forward pass?
I think I just found it. I think I just told you the actual story.
Black guys.
Who played a black dude? I was like, fuck it, we got to throw this ball. I got nothing on this one, man.
So in the Library of Alternative History, there'll be a section entitled Craft Brewed Sports. Here's how the forward pass was invented.
I want to get this started. I want to get this off the ground. That was the real motivation behind Newt Rockne creating the forward pass, was because he saw a black guy play football and was like, fuck it, I can't compete. Throw the ball. That's how it's got to be done.
I would love to hear your thoughts on the relay race.
That is the new reasoning for the forward pass. That's what I'm telling my kids. They saw us playing, kids.
Will your kids know what wingdings is? Because it's not in any word processing thing anymore these days.
Will my kids know what wingding? I hope not. Jesus Christ. I hope they're not subjected to having to type papers in Microsoft Word by the time they're ready.
I guess that's fair, but that was always how you could have a secret code with your friends. You type in wingdings and you thought you were getting one over on people.
I don't know anybody who thought they were getting one over on people.
I was just gonna say, I was like, I never did anything other than highlight the text, click the wingdings thing, and think,
wild card, bitches! Yeah!
Sorry, Scott. I would have clicked it sooner if I could find it faster. It's all the way down this list.
Let's go from one college coach to another. Scott, you had a story that you found about one of our favorite coaches on this show, Lane Kiffin. Lane is. Well, Drew found the.
You haven't played any of them all night long. I mean, come on.
There hasn't been.
Drew found some videos. So, all right.
Never played the football one at the start.
Listen, let's talk here about Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin has Ole Miss looking sharp this year. They're looking really solid and might be in a good position this year. But Lane is doing some interesting stuff on Instagram, right, Scott?
My man Lane, as soon as I saw Lane Kiffin, I got giddy, because I'm like, whatever Lane's done now is fantastic. This dude is on Instagram and only follows one person in the entire world, and that happens to be. And at first I was like, is that real? Is his name really Arch? What?
You don't know about Arch?
No, I've never heard of this kid until today, and I only know who he is because Lane Kiffin follows him on Instagram. Who the fuck is Arch? I've heard of Arch Manning.
No, it's Arch Manning. It's the new protege. It's the next Manning coming up. This kid has been sought after since he was in grade school. This dude is going to go. He's the top quarterback prospect. They are saying he could end up being the best Manning. That's how good this kid is.
He's still in junior high, right?
He's in high school now.
Oh, I think he's in high school, but he's
a junior in high school.
Okay, I was gonna say he's not close to being out yet. He's
not yet.
A year or something like that. But yeah, no, Lane Kiffin only follows this kid, which is really weird because it's Instagram. So I mean, I guess you can go ahead and do that. Kids only posting pictures.
Is this a recruiting violation? And even worse, is this predatory behavior? Because I feel icky about this.
I think those are two independent questions. Is it a recruiting violation? It's the NCAA, so there's probably a rule in there somewhere that prohibits this. Because NCAA, is it predatory? You goddamn right. Seriously, Following a high school kid as the only person you follow in the entire country would be even weirder. As if anything he posts, Lane's out here just hitting that like button. Yes. Arch Manning updated his story, and Lane's like, shit, like, Arch, I got you, man. I love it.
I've got Lane laying in bed at night, just scrolling through all of the pictures, double tapping on every single one. Like Arch gets 50 notifications at 3 a.m. that Lane Kiffin liked his pictures from 2014, and he's like, "This is weird, man. I don't know."
Heart emojis everywhere. Arch is just like Lane. You liked the picture of my spaghetti? Like, it's kind of weird, dude. But I might come there, coach. You never know. I mean, it's good work too. Because I mean, seriously, imagine if you're that kid, and obviously everybody's trying to suck his dick, so it's not like he needs another person. But if you respect Lane Kiffin at all, like we do on their show, like I'd be walking around everywhere I go. I'd be like, Lane Kiffin only follows one person.
Okay, so
it's me.
If you're Lane, the way to do that is you unfollow everybody first and then follow Arch, right? Like you can't follow him because as soon as you follow him, he's going to click on your profile. He's going to be like, Lane Kiffin, follow me. Hell yeah. And he's going to click that button. He's going to look at your profile. So you got to unfollow everybody first and then click follow. So that when he clicks, he sees that you're only following one person. You're like, damn,
even your wife, you're like, sorry, you're getting unfollowed. I got to get this kid in here.
Wait, you follow your wives? I mean, I just always kind of was like, it's more fun to be surprised.
Wow.
I didn't know where else to jump in there because
that was a weird spot to pick, Drew.
Well, you're talking about stalking high schoolers again and getting into all that, and it's like somehow I'm still going to end up being the skeevy one, so I'll just wait till they're done.
You didn't just come in with how many co-eds did Lane unfollow before he followed Arch, because that was your lane to get right in there, Drew. That was the Drew. I left it open for you. I even gave you the.
You did do those things.
The hypothetical scenario, though, is if Lane's going through unfollowing everybody after he follows his kid, and he just forgets one, or it's just like Lane Kiffin follows Arch Manning and Pizza Hut. Like, wait, what? What the fuck? Just something off the wall random where it's just like, shit, I forgot to click an unfollow button.
I feel like it was like Arch Manning and Pornhub. That's who Lane forgot to, because he was like next to his wife and he was like, well, I can't get to that one. I can't pull that one up. She's gonna notice. So I'll come back to that one. Follow Arch. Oh shit! Now I'm following Arch Manning and Pornhub. This doesn't look good at all.
Yeah, that's when you just lean over to your wife and go, "Brothers," and just keep it moving.
There's a lot to unpack there. I mean,
the fact that we just shouted out 2 different porn websites in one segment. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, I mean, honestly though, Pornhub's a solid follow because they put out some really interesting stats and infographics. Like, remember the Super Bowl when was it when New England lost or someone lost and they were like within 5 minutes of I think it was Philly.
Look at how many people are angry jerking.
Look how many people exactly. Well, no, there was one where it's like, look at the increased traffic from this metropolitan area right after the game. It just spiked. And then there was another one.
It was from the losing city. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, it was. Yeah.
Look at how many people were angry jerking off after they lost.
The best is they do it quarter by quarter too, so that you can see as the game gets more out of hand, the searches and traffic
out of hand. Out of hand. No, but then there was a second one where they're like, hey, on the night of the Super Bowl, look at how the most searched terms from the winning and losing team compared to each other. And it was about what you'd expect, but this is a family show, so
I'm glad that's where you dropped in on this one, Drew. I'm glad that's how you came into this conversation.
Well, every once in a while I like to contribute.
I got an update for you guys about that Portland State coach from Friday night who we were talking about. He offered to buy all the beer for anybody who came.
Oh, yeah. How'd that go for him?
It was $14,000 worth of beer. He paid $14,000.
No.
Not bad at all. It was like 2,000 some beers. He tweeted out the receipt. It was kind of ridiculous the way that this broke down because it was like 700 people. There was like 700 IPAs. What was they? It was Deschutes Fresh Squeezed IPA, 786 of them, and 1,260 Coors Lights. A total of 2,064 beers for a total of $14,448. That dude's that's the greatest coach in college football history.
That he got a good rate too. $7 a beer at a college stadium. Like, phew, fuck, I'd take that.
Oh, for Coors Lights,
dude. Would you rather have no beer accessible?
No, that's a fair point, but also it's Coors Light. And you're at Portland State,
the greatest college coach. That I'm just sitting here angry that a coach could be like, "Oh, $14,000, it's nothing." You want to know why? Because off the backs of these Negroes, I'm making so much money that $14,000 means absolutely dick to me. But hey, those motherfuckers, they can't get a sandwich. Don't let them get no damn sandwich. We don't want no Cruton violations.
Race card. It's been a while. It's been a while since we pulled it.
Thank you.
Well
Thank
done,
you.
Scott. Well done pulling that one for us. And that's
From the middle of the deck, baby.
That's a great segue. Let's give a shout out to our friends over at Beer Drop. Listen, if you guys want award-winning craft beer delivered directly to you, go stock up today with our friends at Beer Drop. Craftbrewsports.com/beer drop will get you $5 flat shipping. All you got to do, go to that website, sign up for one of their plans. They'll ask you for a flavor profile. You'll fill it out. They will curate a box of craft beer to your taste and deliver it directly to your door. $5 flat shipping. Even if you don't want to sign up for one of the plans, you can go to that site. You can shop around. I just got my pumpkin beer box delivered. There's 4 different pumpkin beers that I found on there. And I ordered all 4 of them, and that just came in this week. So I'm super pumped about that. You don't have to sign up for one of the plans. Just go that way and order some beers. Stock up today, craftbrewsports.com/beer drop. Get that $5 flat shipping. Help them out. Help yourself out, and help us out. craftbrewsports.com/beer drop.
Sell out.
All right, boys. I feel like we need to talk a little. Where were we going to go after this? Oh, we were going to talk some baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
All right, lots to get to this week in baseball. Scott, there was a kerfuffle tonight. Did you see that?
I did, and pre-show time, prep time, I was like, "Oh, that's an ironic fight that just broke up."
I got the notification, and I was super excited.
I did too, and I thought that's perfect for the show. Fantastic! Thank you, Toronto and Tampa Bay.
Why don't you give everybody the backstory on what happened there?
Okay, so Toronto and Tampa Bay obviously both play in the AL East. Not much of a rivalry per se, other than the fact that they play in the same division. Most of the time, either one's good or they both suck. Never both being good at the same time. But it just so happens that the Rays are good this year, and Toronto is doing their college best to fight their way back in the playoffs. Well, this week, Kevin Kiermaier of the Rays slid into home, and that's not really that big of a deal. He got thrown out. In fact, he was out by quite a bit. It wasn't very close, but
It was an awkward slide too.
it was.
It was.
But in the exchange, the catcher for the Blue Jays dropped his arm notes, which had how they pitch to each one of the damn Rays. Kevin Kiermaier, the smooth criminal, my man notices it is sitting next to him, picks it up, slides in his pocket, and walks off the field. The Jays realize at some point, oh crap, we don't have this, and Kevin Kiermaier picked it up. Well, that's not very sportsmanlike. Hey, we want it back. Well, the Rays said, go fuck yourselves. They were going to keep it. So tonight, Kevin Kiermaier took one in the ear hole, and that started the old bench clearing brawl, baby.
The old kerfuffle.
The old bump into each other and pretend like we're gonna do anything, but this is just baseball, so not really anything's gonna happen.
So we're just gonna yell and complain and do nothing.
Yeah, and a starting pitcher somewhere will get suspended for 5 games, but really only miss 1 because Major League Baseball suspension rules are stupid. So, but no, seriously, the fact that if you get a chance, you got to see the replay of Kevin Kiermaier picking this up because it was so smooth. And the fact that they're just like, oh, no, we don't have that, or yeah, we've got it, but go fuck yourselves. You're not getting it back is just hilarious. What makes this story even funnier to me, like an extra layer to this, is a few years ago, I don't know if you guys remember this, the Blue Jays got accused by at least the Yankees for sure, and there might have been a couple other teams, of stealing signs from a guy sitting out in the right field stands out in Toronto with a white t-shirt on, signaling the players what pitches were coming. Like, this was something that the MLB investigated because the Yankees were adamant that this guy was taking off his shirt for certain pitches and somehow tipping off these guys. But the fact that the Blue Jays got knocked for and got accused of cheating just a few years ago, and by mistake, this wasn't even a cheating thing. Like, it fell right into Kevin Kiermaier's lap. He just picked it up and walked away with it. And they're all butthurt because, their strategy is right there for the Rays to see. No. Don't go change your strategy. Don't get mad.
Just get mad.
Now.
Cheers to baseball, baby. I love the logic.
To be fair, the guy in Toronto was not using technology. He wasn't using video monitors or cables or any of that. He was just using his fat white Canadian self and a pair of binoculars. So I feel like that's a little different than, what the Stros did. So I feel like that's within the bounds. Granted, you can be a little butthurt about it, but, it's not that bad as far as sign stealing scandals go, right?
Oh, if you're tipping, I don't think it was a big deal. I'm just saying it's funny because the Blue Jays were all, "Whoa, it's egregious! I cannot believe that anybody would accuse us of cheating." And then the Rays, who technically aren't cheating, like they just picked this thing up, they're like, "Oh no, they're cheating. They got to give us that back."
Oh, you should have said that in a Canadian accent, I think, but. I get your point.
Again? You want to try it again, Scott, with a Canadian accent this time?
What's that all about? Give us our fucking cheat sheet back, you pricks. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here all week.
Speaking of which, Scott, you hear about your boy Evander? He's out.
Oh God, no!
Free Evander.
Free Evander. Money again? Like what happened with him this time? Like seriously,
wait, hold on. Wait, we're talking Evander Kane right now, Drew?
I believe so.
Okay, hang on.
But hey, as they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
All right, do that hockey, Drew. You always get mad at me for not doing transitions.
Oh no, I appreciate it. Yeah, because I had to delete mine because whatever. I won't talk smack about the things we use because Mike told me not to. He got acquitted. He got acquitted, and it wasn't as good as I loved.
Of what charge was he acquitted?
The only thing that matters, betting on hockey games per the NHL investigation. I don't know about all that other shit.
I didn't even know that he was up for that. I was
Are you serious? We talked about that.
His wife threw it out there on
because the baby mama
stories, and she was like, maybe somebody should look into this because when you've got a gambling problem, there's a good chance you're throwing games. And they were like, oh fuck, now we got to deal with this.
Especially if you can't feed your kids.
I was too busy thinking about how he was stiffing the mistresses he had to abort his unborn kids. Like,
he was that's why I was
confused. I didn't know what
I was like, how did he get off?
There's a lot that he's done. We got to figure this all out. So he's
literally all it was is the NHL concluded their investigation saying we can't prove that he threw games or shaved points or anything because no one will testify. And he did admit to having a gambling addiction. So I feel like it was kind of like, Evander, come on, man. Like, really, like, you're really going to make us do this? Like, you're never going to play hockey again in the NHL because you've got your legal dealings and teams aren't going to touch you. Like, don't make us suspend you and really let your career completely fall apart when we all know what was going on. Pete Rose. But you can walk away now and save some face, and then you can have all those other proceedings behind closed doors because you won't be an NHL player anymore, and you can figure your shit out and get some help. And I think he said yes.
There's no saving face in this case. Like, that's one of those black hockey players that I'm dismissing as ever existing.
Oh,
I'm
man.
glad. I'm glad I never remembered his name when we did the black hockey player.
How you feeling about your boy Patrick, though?
Oh, Patrick, he's cool. How's his brother doing?
He's still on the squad, so that's got to speak well for him, right?
He's still playing goalie?
Yeah, I've never really seen someone transition from goaltender to any other position on an NHL team.
I feel like it's kind of like playing in the NFL, like skill positions. Like goalie is not really a skill position. Like you got to be out there hitting somebody.
Playing goalie.
So now, 3-4 years into your NHL career, are you considering a position change?
Hey, you ever thought about playing wing? Why don't you get out there on the left wing there?
No, you know what they'd do? They'd be like, hey, have you ever considered playing H-back?
Okay. No. What? You guys are sitting here acting like assholes, like it's crazy. I mean, how many times are we asking, black quarterbacks if they should, maybe try out wide receiver or something? I'm thinking maybe the same thing in hockey. It's like, you're black, you got skills. Maybe you're wasting them here at goalie.
You're probably really fast.
What if you played defender? Or what if you played center? Like, those are more skill positions. Put that athleticism to use, my dude.
My favorite part is he thinks center is a skill position.
It's more skill position than standing there and waiting for the puck to be hit at you. How about that, motherfucker?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. Man.
This took a weird turn, fellas. This has been a weird. This whole show has just been all.
No, wait. Don't go ahead and go to the wrap up yet, because Mike, we didn't hear your take on the Rays Blue Jays situation.
Now we got it. So now you want to get back into baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh shit.
Oh, thank God Tyson finally changed his fucking picture.
We got to go back to hockey. Tyson's got a hockey comment.
But hey, as they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Tyson says there's very little chance the play of one winger could throw a game. A goalie, sure. That's a good point.
So Patrick's brother throwing games confirmed. All right.
Put it on the Instagram stories. He's throwing games and he's paying for shit that he shouldn't be paying for.
Hey, Pete, cut you up. I still follow you, babe. Get one of them.
Pitch. Oh shit.
Just switching gears right back to baseball. I think my take on it is you dropped the card. You're a dummy. It's your fault. You dropped the card. You suck.
Like, how stupid are you? Like, it's not the Rays' duty to be like, oh, hey, you dropped this.
Oh,
like, come get this.
I get like, what did they expect? The guy was just gonna be like, oh my bad, I didn't peek. Here, you take this back. Like, what the fuck,
right?
Man?
It was so fucking obvious too. He sat there for like a good 10 seconds.
There's no reason to get pissed off at the guy. You get mad at your catcher for dropping it. That's who you get mad at. You get mad at the catcher for not picking it up quick enough. That's who you get. But you don't get mad at the guy who's out, who's standing there staring at this card like, should I take this? Yeah, I should probably take this. And then he picks it up. Like, no, that dude's just doing what anybody else would do in the sport.
So as what was it, the Blue Jays who lost the card, right? Blue Jays, yes. As the Blue Jays, if you don't want that to happen, there's a really fucking easy solution to this.
Don't use cards.
No, you use Wingding's font, obviously.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Got him.
All right, listen, let's talk.
I brought it all the way back around to baseball. Just
although that would be hilarious if they're like, we got this fucking card of this fucking Wingdings. Are you guys fucking serious? Like, you guys are writing your strategy in Wingdings?
Okay,
well played,
listen.
I think it'd be more impressive if you could read Wingdings.
If there is one sport that would say to their players, listen, we're going to put our cards in code and it's going to be in wingdings, it would 100% be baseball.
Yep.
That is absolutely the sport that would utilize wingdings to hide their strategy on their cards. Absolute. Them and Dan Gilbert. That's who would use wingdings to hide what they were trying to do.
Except Dan Gilbert wouldn't be trying to hide shit. He'd be like, I don't know how the fuck it got on this, but I typed my whole thing and now it's in this shit. Like, whatever, ship it. Just print the fuck.
Dan Gilbert was like, listen, I got 2 fonts that I use. Comic Sans when I'm pissed at a player for leaving, and wingdings to hide my strategy. Yep. That's how I do it here in Cleveland.
Bam.
Listen, more like LeBron James is and then decipher this word in wingdings. That first wingding looks like an N. I'm gonna stop right there, Dan. I'm gonna stop right there.
Listen, I want to
talk. That wingding looks like a
race card.
That's twice in the night, man. I feel like that makes him for a whole month. Crushing it.
Listen, I want to talk about something that happened last night that I am ashamed of as an Irish person. I'm ashamed of as a baseball fan. There's a lot.
Did Brian Kelly win a game and beat Newt?
No, Brian Kelly did not win a game to beat Canute, but Conor McGregor was in Wrigley.
Oh, God.
Threw out the first pitch and then sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." I don't know if you guys have seen this first pitch yet, but here's the video of it. This is Conor McGregor throwing out the first pitch in Wrigley. He's in his suit, his tight suit, throws one what would have been 3 rows deep, halfway up the third baseline. It was horrible. It was awful. I'm appalled as an Irishman and as a baseball fan that Conor McGregor would do this. But then he followed it up with something even worse. And after he did that, he did the 7th inning stretch because that's what they do in Wrigley.
Jesus, no.
Yeah, and I'm going to play this. Let me pull this up for you because Conor McGregor then did the 7th inning stretch, and this is how that went down. We're going to go full screen on this one.
The mic is back and so the Cubs.
The what?
Let's go Chicago Cubs.
The Mac.
Chicago.
It sounded like Mac.
I'm here with Mateo, here with Kieran. We're going to sing the song. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Take me out with the ball game. Take me out with the crowd.
Starts off okay.
Buy me some peanuts.
What just happened? He doesn't know the words. Oh, Jesus Christ, Connor.
If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3.
Tree.
Let's go, Chicago!
How many strikes are there? About 350.
Tree 50.
I am so.
So again, to be
That's
fair,
the most embarrassing thing to happen to Ireland in quite some time.
I mean, that's saying a lot. There's been a lot of embarrassing things, I'm pretty sure.
It's like potato famine. This.
Yeah. They had someone. I love that potato famine's embarrassing when they had nothing to do with it. It happened to them.
Right. No, I know what I'm saying. It's just like dark moment in our country's history. Potato famine and all the way to 2021.
How do we get to do the race card again? Tree psyched you out.
Tree twice.
I don't know what he was even like. He started off so it wasn't good. He didn't sound good, which is fine. You don't have to.
He had the melody right.
But at least, he at least had the right tempo and the right melody. But then to take that left turn that he did, I don't know what the hell happened there, man.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know the song. He was clearly reading the words off of like a teleprompter or something right in front of him. So he got that right. Yeah,
had to be. But here's what you do in that. He's sitting there. He referenced that he's got somebody in the booth with him. Like, you bring them over to you. You let them sing into the microphone. You don't continue on. Like, oh my God, I saw that today, and I had to watch that at least. Like, this video has 282.9 thousand views. I watched it 115,000 times. I'm pretty sure I had that on repeat.
And so we only get to watch it once? Like, come on, man. Help us out here.
All right, let's do it again.
Let's do it again. Let's go around.
Here we go.
Two-time UFC champion.
And so are the Cubs. Let's go, Chicago.
They're not
Cubs!
back. The Cubs are not back at all. They're in very bad shape this year.
I'm here with Mateo, here with Kira. We're going to sing the song. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Tree.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and crackers. Buy me some peanuts. If I never get back, so let's root the Cubs. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes you out at the old ball game. Let's go, Chicago!
All right. So on second listen, it's better than I thought it was because he got the words right. He got the rhythm right.
No, he didn't get the words right.
He didn't?
He didn't get the rhythm right at all. The rhythm was way off. The words were not correct.
The cadence were completely.
Oh no, the words were all 100% right. If you adjust for Conor McGregor to speak.
I mean, he said tree twice, so I feel like right off the bat, you're wrong.
I mean, there's like 2 trees in Chicago, so that's right.
Oh my god.
Cut the guy some slack. He's been hitting the head a lot.
Not that many times.
So I want to know which was worse. Was it his first pitch or was it that rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game? Thank you, Caitlin. Caitlin just says, yikes. Yes, exactly, Caitlin. That was awful.
Hold on a second. Is Caitlin's here without Rob?
I feel like this is Robert under Caitlin. Robert's probably banned from YouTube as well. I know he's banned from Facebook probably. So
what did he do?
Robert's always, man. Zuckerberg's on his shit. What was worse, the first pitch or the Take Me Out to the Ball Game rendition?
I think that these first pitch things are fucking fake, man. I mean, after Mark Mallory did his thing, I think everybody after that is like, oh my god, did you see the pub that horrible throw got? 50 Cent, this motherfucker, like everybody who's ever just thrown into the dirt. Okay, sorry. Mariah Carey, that was her legit shot. Like, the Mariah Carey wasn't fucking around like that. She's legit that terrible. But every single guy who was thrown like horrendously off since Mark Mallory, I believe it's a fucking fake, and they do that shit for publicity. Like, I firmly believe in it. Like him sucking dick at singing the song, and he's just that terrible. But the pitch thing, that was on purpose, damn it.
Drew, what do you think was worse? Tyson saying the pitch was worse.
No. Like 10 times over, it's a song because it goes on for so much longer, man. Like, it's like a full 90 seconds of the most cringeworthy shit I've ever seen. That's an easy answer any day of the week.
Didn't you just a second ago? Didn't you say like he was fine? Like, weren't you trying to? Break
you were just saying one.
Well, no, I was just. Yeah, I mean, as far as singing's hard, man.
It's not as bad as Roseanne's version.
Can we back the fuck up off Mariah? She was out there in like 4-inch heels.
No.
Well, that's her problem. Tyson said Obama's high-waisted jeans were really something.
Hey. You don't make fun of 44 like that. Like, let's back the fuck off.
Hell no, especially with the shit we've had to deal with since then.
And yeah, seriously, I'll go put some high-waisted jeans on, and we'll be in unison on that one. Like, don't make fun of Obama. Like, he's the coolest president we probably ever fucking had. So if the high-waisted jeans are the low point of his career, then I think we'll take that.
He's legitimately the only president that we would sit there and debate. Could he dunk? He might actually be athletic and physically fit enough to dunk, whereas everybody else would have a heart attack having to get up out their seat and run to Air Force One if shit hit the fan.
Bill Clinton could dunk. There's no doubt.
Bill
Clinton could dunk.
No way.
When he got in office, Bill Clinton could dunk. He could play saxophone.
Let me tell you, like, Bill Clinton dunked quite a few times while he was in office.
Hey,
Listen, Scott
what I
wanted
want to know though.
Scott wanted to make fun of Ben Simmons. We got to move on. But before we do that, we found the secret to winning this weekend, guys. There's a thread that went through this weekend that guarantees wins and amazing performances. And that is a tribute to Michael K. Williams, because there was 2 instances.
Yes.
The Ravens did the Omar whistle to come out to Sunday Night Football, ended up leading to an improbable win, despite what Drew wants to tell you at the top of the show. And then my man Joey Votto changes his walk-up music to the Omar whistle and then proceeds to hit 2 dingers in the game in a win against, I think it was against Pittsburgh, right? Is that the key to winning, is just use the Omar whistle to start either your at-bat or the game? Because I feel like that's the key to winning now, is you just need to use the Omar whistle.
I was more shocked that Joey said he was going to go back to his original one. And if I hit 2 home runs off something like a tribute like that, I'd be like, well, I guess we're rocking out to this the rest of the season. Like, there's only a couple more weeks left. I can change it back to the other thing at the beginning of next season.
It's only a couple more games until they're mathematically eliminated, because they're fucking terrible and losing to the goddamn Pirates.
Oh, dude.
Just keep it at that point.
How about them Cardinals, eh?
You motherfucker.
Do you know this is the first? Hold on. I did research. I took notes. Did you know this is their first 10-game win streak since 2008?
Oh, my God. I just got to highlight the fact that Drew came into the show bragging about how little show prep he does, but my man made sure that he found out.
I wrote that shit down.
Details about the Cardinals just to stick it to Mike. That is fucking gold. That is fantastic.
Hey, look. I make sure to make the most of this small amount of effort I put forward.
I got to actually, you get a golf clap for that one, Boogie. That was pretty good.
Thanks, man.
Did just enough research to find a stat that not a single person on this planet knows besides Tim Kirkjian.
Yeah, well, and
Boom shakalaka!
Scott, talk Ben Simmons now.
Holy shit, Ben Simmons thinks he's good enough to hold out. Like, seriously, that's the story. Like, all NBA playoffs, all anybody talked about was, holy shit, Philadelphia can't get rid of Ben Simmons soon enough. Like, I'm pretty sure during the playoffs, when you can't, they were trying to trade him. Like, they would have just, they wanted to make Ben Simmons a healthy scratch. Like, seriously, the Ben Simmons experience has gone horrendously in Philadelphia, and it all culminated with this season when, I mean, basically they spent the entire year and most of his career playing 4-on-5 on defense. Like, when they're on offense, the defense only has to play 4-on-5 because the man can't shoot the fucking ball. He's a point guard that can't shoot from anywhere on the court. Not a single spot can he shoot. And coming from somebody who can't dribble with his left, man, you got to get that shit figured out. Like, what the hell is wrong with you that you can't even hit a jumper? You can't even hit a mid-range jumper. But then this man decides yesterday that he is going to hold out, says he doesn't want to play for Philadelphia anymore, doesn't plan on showing up. Well, way to go. Way to do Philadelphia a favor. There's nothing better than a supposedly star player saying, you know what? I don't want to be here anymore. And the franchise being like, thank God, we've been trying to get rid of you for fucking months.
Trust the process, Scott. Trust the process.
And he was the highlight of that process.
He's a 6'11" point guard who can't shoot the ball. That is a goddamn unicorn. He's a 6'11".
It's not even shooting the ball.
Point guard, and he refuses. He's afraid to shoot a 3. That's insane.
Oh no! He's afraid to shoot. Period. Now,
yeah,
it's not just a 3. It's period.
Everywhere.
So, Scott, I will ask you this though, because you've clearly put some thought into this take. If you had to pick, who would you choose to shoot free throws for you if your life depended on making them? Ben Simmons or Giannis?
Wait, hang on.
Fuck, I know. Giannis, I know. I knew
okay.
it.
Oh, okay.
It was.
not only that, you said shooting free throws. Like, does Simmons have a bad free throw shooting percentage? Because that I honestly don't know. I know that he can't shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor, but are his free throws equally as horrendous? Like, I'm legit asking because I have no clue.
Yeah, it's not good. The key is, and there's really only one right answer here, and it's Giannis, because at that point, at least you'd have time to say goodbye to your family.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no doubt that the answer was still going to be Giannis because I don't want Ben shooting
1 for 2, baby.
I just wondered, like, is his free throw shooting percentage also as abysmal? Like,
I gotta know.
It is.
Hold on, I gotta know, Mookie. Did you purposely ask that question just to make that joke at the end of it? Was that the whole reason for it?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about these.
I was waiting on a pass
tonight.
Oh no, I'll just come up and own that one.
Let's talk about these beers that we were drinking tonight. Scott,
Jesus.
what was in your mug? And I don't even know what the scale was that we were doing tonight. It was like
from 0-2 to 2-0.
Yeah, there you go. From 0-2 to 2-0. Where would you rate your beer, and what was it?
I was drinking this beer really ties the room together out of this fat 32-ounce can. Jagged Mountain Craft Brewery. Yeah, just bought it because of the name. Blonde milk stout, coffee and cocoa nibs. Fantastic. Nibs, all the nibs. Like, seriously, I started off the show by saying this was 2-0 against two like cupcakes or weaker teams, but I actually think this is 2-0 if you came out and you were the Ravens against the Chiefs in both games. Like, two impressive ass fucking wins that nobody saw coming.
Mookie, what were you drinking and rated on the scale that we have? That scale.
Before I do that, Ben Simmons' last 4 years free throw percentage, again, full season, 56, 60, 62, 61% from the free throw line.
Holy shit. And he's a point guard. He's a point guard.
Yeah.
I would never let that dude go to the hole. That's the only thing he wants to do.
Yeah. So my beers tonight were an 0-2 on this scale because they were both kind of crappy, but at the same time I knew going into it, it was a let's just get through this and get on to next week and the next thing situation. And now I don't have to think about them anymore. So just like an 0-2 team, you're like, cool, great, going to write that off and just get hammered for the rest of the games because we're not actually good. This is more of an event than a sports situation. So yeah, good old 0-2 from the Chosen One and Crispy River. Don't need to say anything more because you don't need to look them up.
They're both 0-2, or is it like 0-2? Like each one is 0-1.
No, I think it's 0. They're each 0-2. It's basically like Rutgers in Nebraska in the Big Ten. Like every year, you pretend like you might have a shot, and then after you lose your first 2 games, you're like, all right, cool, we'll throw trash like I thought we were. I'll check out for the season and just focus on my tailgating game and get on with life.
All right, fair enough. That sounds good. This week I was drinking Double Dunkel from Wibby Brewing. Man, Drew was dead on when he rated this one 4 caps on Untapped. This was a solid beer, man. It went down super smooth. And I was looking at it at one point during the show, and they said that this one's got Madagascar vanilla beans and cacao. And man, I love it. It is fantastic. Such a good brew. I highly recommend. It is easily 2-0, like easily 2-0. One of those beers that if you find it, pick it up immediately because you will not be disappointed. That was Double Dunkel from Wibby Brewing. Happy Oktoberfest, everybody. You guys do
and you don't like Dunkels usually too, right? Like that says a lot.
I'm not a big fan of Dunkels. They're okay. It's just like one of those things that I'm like, I think my problem with Dunkels is I always get them in the big, huge, tall Hofbrauhaus mugs, and it's just not. It's not for me.
It's a lot of just okay beer.
Yeah, when you go Hofbrauhaus, you've got to go the big mug, right?
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
You can't go anything less than that and then like show your face. Do you guys stand on the tables at Hofbrauhaus when you go?
Nah, just asking for a problem.
Yeah, as a black man, standing up on a table in Kentucky is not a great idea, so I avoid it.
I was saying from the standpoint of like, yeah, I mean, I got a high deductible plan for a reason. I ain't gonna even fucking invite that. But Scott went dark with it.
Well, I'll leave it to Scott for yeah. Oh, he went crazy.
Race card.
I was gonna say earlier, do we just not do phrasing anymore? I mean, is that not cool?
This has been a show, fellas. We did a thing. We put it out here. It was 4 days later, and we did another show, and it was on. We put it on wax. It's out there. It's a thing that happened.
Half an hour on the fucking Lions.
I mean,
man.
I barely
That's
got
the name of this show should be called Half an Hour on the fucking Lions.
All I know is I only got to like a third of my notes, so I'm ready to do it again Friday. What are you boys up to?
I ain't got nothing else better to do but not drink 2 8.5% beers. I know that much.
Why would you not want to do it? Oh, you probably got to work Saturday, huh?
No, I don't have to work. That's the funny part. We could do it this Saturday. I just know better than to not do 2 8.5 beers. The problem was slamming those 3 freaking seltzers prior to the show.
Yeah, the flannel pack or whatever.
Yeah,
that
that's
is
what
the
killed
issue.
me.
Listen, everybody, thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to check us out at Crafty Sports on Twitter and Instagram. Follow the show. Be sure to like the page on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, hit that bell so you know when we go live, when we post new videos. Subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcast. Shout out to Belly Up Sports. Head on over to bellyupsports.com. Tons of awesome content. Subscribe, rate, and review to all of the awesome podcasts over there. Corner Booth Podcast, Tailgate on the Quad. Awesome content that they've got constantly. Every sport you want, there's all kinds of stuff. By the way, guys, we got a new intern that should be starting here soon. They got us a new intern at Belly Up Sports. So we got a new intern. Hopefully you guys get to meet the new intern next week. We will we'll see if he's ready to go. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate all the support. We appreciate the shares. We will see you all next week. Cheers, everybody.
I'd like to take
Chicago! The mic is back, and so are the Cubs. Let's go, Chicago Cubs! I'm here with Mateo, here with Kieran. We're gonna sing the song. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. So let's root the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For there's 1, 2, 3 strikes here out at the old ball game.